We all know that Xander Bogaerts made his Major League debut for the Red Sox last August at AT&T Park out in San Francisco. We also know he had an impressive postseason for the Red Sox in that he had that great plate appearance against the Tampa Bay Rays, waiting out that six-pitch walk against Jake McGee. He had a great game against Max Scherzer in the ALCS. Xander Bogaerts ready for the big leagues. But as we learned, there are certain things that you have to learn in the big leagues by being in the big leagues. For instance, John Lester told us about one of those things, Clubhouse Dues.
Just a lot of small things, you know. I mean, it's really, some of it's not even on the field. You know, it's Clubhouse Dues. It's you know, the travel schedule, what to wear, you know, times to show up. You know, just little things that you know, in the minor leagues are different than in the big leagues, and you know, you just need to kind of figure those things out. And if you have somebody that you feel comfortable enough, you know, I mean, that clubhouse is intimidating when you're a young guy to walk in and, you know, to be able to go up to a shill and say, hey, you know, shill, what do I pay this guy? We're in Minnesota. What do I pay him for 3 days? You know, that's intimidating to do. And if those guys are able to do that and feel comfortable, it takes away that kind of that second guessing, and you know, they don't have the worries on their mind. They can go out and perform.
So we put the question to Xander Bogaerts. He's ready for big league pitching. He's ready to play shortstop on an everyday basis. The question then becomes, Xander Bogaerts, are you ready for clubhouse dues in the big leagues? I just talked to John Lester, and I asked him, what do you have to learn in the big leagues that you can't be taught? And he said clubhouse dues was one of the toughest things because you don't know how much to pay. How did you learn that last year?
Yeah, that's right. But just asking around, you know, asking what are the dues and stuff like that. So it's definitely tough when you just come up. You don't know anything about the big league. So everything is a learning experience.
Also, the Red Sox have a trip this season where they go to St. Louis, out to Anaheim, and then back to Cincinnati. And then the next night they play the Astros at home at Fenway. I'm going to guess you haven't had any trips like that in the minors.
No, definitely not. So that's something I'll definitely be looking forward to. It's definitely be my first, and hopefully for many more to come, you know.
And it is, of course, one of the really cool things about baseball, the way information, knowledge, experience gets passed down from player to player to player. You get John Lester says he learned it from Curt Schilling. Xander Bogaerts, too, will learn it from other big league ball players who have experience. From JetBlue Park in Fort Myers, Florida, with videographer Bob Grime, this is Steve Buckley.